Hi everyone, this is a reading where we're going to look into the month and see what is coming through for various areas of your life. We're going to look into love, the spiritual side of things, money, career, and also your finances, which I guess kind of goes into the money category, predictions that I see coming through for you, as well as messages from your angels, spirit guides, ancestors as well. So this is for all star signs. If you're here, I feel like it is a sign and there are messages for you, and we're definitely going to take a look and see exactly what's happening. I have on my table all of the cards. I was going to shift my camera, but it's a little bit difficult to do, but I have so many decks of cards that we are going to be using. I'm very excited. There's actually way more than this that I've just pulled here, but yeah, I'm really excited. I hope that you are ready for this reading, and we will definitely, take a look into everything. I just wanted to mention a few things before I start. Like, if you would like to win a free reading with me, check out the description box below, since I do giveaways every single month. If you would like to purchase any personal services with me, they are all listed down below. There's private tarot readings, there's rituals to manifest different areas of your life, there's healing work, there is the prayers, the black magic energy removal, which is very popular right now, and everything is on shopmoonlightguidance.com. And there's also the intention items, which thousands of people have seen results with, so the review section for that is at the bottom of my website. There's items for various areas of your life. They're handmade, meditated with, and saged, and there's things like bracelets, necklaces, anklets, pom-poms, tassels, embroidered cards which you can put under your pillow, wallet, your purse, candles, sage bundles, teas, etc. It's all on there. It's all on there for your convenience. Okay, so let's begin. Let's start by seeing what is coming through and what the sort of main messages surrounding your reading are. So we will start first of all with the tarot spread and see which direction we are going in. So I've got actually a lot of cards, and I'm going to do, a money spread, family spread, spirit guide spread, messages from them. So we'll definitely get into the big messages, but let's see overall, okay, what I see for you this month. Sorry, if I'm shuffling really close to me, it's not because I'm trying to hide something, it's because I have to stretch a lot more, and today the stretching is a bit of a struggle, and you might see that in a couple of my recent videos. It's because a piece of glass actually went into this finger right here, and I was wearing a plaster for a bit, but it looks like it's pretty much healing. It just still hurts a little bit, so I'm kind of shuffling like this with my index finger out. I'm just trying to do it in the most comfortable way for myself. Okay, let's see. Also warning, this is a very bright and colourful deck. The brightest of them all, but it will be at the base of the reading, so by the end of the reading you may not see the cards as visible. Okay, right, so here we go. A lot of you have been feeling very stuck, quite overwhelmed and stressed out in your life, feeling that things are not really going to plan. And what I see that this month brings you is the ability to be much more free. Okay, free of these burdens, free of these stresses, free of this overwhelming energy. Now, some of you may also feel very triggered. You may feel very emotionally overwhelmed. Well, what I see here is that Mercury is going to free you because it is going to be in retrograde, and majority of the month actually is spent in that retrograde energy, because the shadow period also goes over May as well. So basically, you have a shadow period on a retrograde. If anyone doesn't know what a retrograde is, I'll explain that as well. It's basically when the planet is looking to be moving backwards and it's in a backspin. So it doesn't actually, the planet itself doesn't move backwards, but it appears to, from Earth, to be moving backwards, and that's called retrograde, right? It's kind of going backwards during that period of time, even though it's not really. And it can cause some interferences, in your personal life. It can cause delays with travel and things like that, which I'm also seeing here as well. So this month, you just want to make sure that, if you're traveling by plane, by train, by foot, by car, that you're just basically trying to make sure that, okay, are there delays in that area? Is where I'm trying to go, are there delays there? Just checking before you travel and things like that can just help you to well, be a bit more prepared, I guess, So that's just another message there. And also in terms of communication, there can be interferences here and there. Things can freeze up. You may find that cables don't work and then they suddenly do. You may find that the Wi-Fi works and then suddenly it doesn't want to. Things glitch up. Or when you're reading something, okay, especially here with the King of Swords, this is really important actually with the Seven of Swords and the Strength card and the Eight of Cups, okay, that miscommunications can also happen with people around you, okay? They might, be in such an overwhelmed state of mind that they are suddenly writing things that they maybe usually wouldn't write, or they feel extremely overwhelmed and triggered during this time. So just know that, and I think that will help you throughout May, because a lot of people, believe in the retrograde, a lot of people don't, and when you kind of know that, okay, this planet is having this effect on your life, you can use the planet's strengths to overhaul a lot of things, right? Because now that you know that, okay, people are going to be quite emotional and triggered, and I will be as well, then you can actually make those little changes to say to yourself, okay, if they do that, it's not my fault. Okay, if they do that, it's a reflection and a projection of what they're feeling inside. Then you can be more diplomatic, and therefore you can also avoid a lot of these things as well. Because when you're feeling triggered, someone else is feeling triggered, it's quite likely that an argument or misunderstanding can happen. So now that you know this information, a lot of you can actually avoid this altogether, which I think is quite fascinating. And that's the beautiful thing about tarot and astrology, is that when we know certain things, we can actually take action to work around those particular things, even if they are obstacles that come. So for example, if you have, issues with technology and the internet and things like that, then you may be more calm about it, because you're thinking, do you know what, this is just a retrograde thing, it's going to pass, it's going to become a lot easier. So that's what I'm seeing here, okay, is that Mercury is a big influence. And in May, you've not only got Taurus season, but you've got Gemini season, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Okay, so what I see here is being diplomatic this month is going to bring you the gifts, okay? And it's hard. It's hard sometimes to be diplomatic when you want to speak your truth. I will be very honest that this month, speaking your truth can create misunderstandings, miscommunications, because the other person here, okay, and other people, whether it's friends, family members, or lovers, are much more likely to be in a mindset of defending themselves, okay, regardless of what you say. So this is a month of being diplomatic, and I'm not saying that you have to go against yourself and certain things that you want to say. I'm just saying that if you know that it could potentially create a reaction, it's probably best to just keep it down a bit. And I don't say that in a way where I'm trying to control what you do. I'm just saying that it will help you, because some of you may regret saying certain things and then being like, oh, I should have just really kept it diplomatic, because I see that happening. Okay, so you can use Mercury in your favor here, absolutely. And the other planet, okay, because Taurus is ruled by Uranus. Now, Uranus is very spontaneous, right? So you can feel the urge to say certain things and to really speak from your throat chakra, because Taurus is ruled by the throat. But okay, Mercury is like, let's just think a little bit more before we speak, just in case these miscommunications arise. Now, if you are able to do that, this month is looking spectacular in the sense that you're freeing yourself, you're understanding yourself, you're able to also understand how other people are feeling. There's definitely this sense here of you being able to understand why other people act the way that they do. And I don't see a lot of self-blame on yourself. Your self-confidence and your self-esteem is definitely rising. The Seven of Swords here definitely shows, look, there can be misunderstandings, miscommunications. Eight of Cups here, if people are saying things like, oh, well then, I don't want to be with you, or I want to, I want space, I want time. It is the energy of the retrograde. Once the retrograde passes, you will feel better and people will feel better. And I just feel here that that's really when things will definitely improve in certain relationships. Ace of Pentacles shows that there is someone at a distance who is thinking about you, who may not have been so nice to you. So that's another thing to keep in mind, is that the retrograde is also triggering those that have treated you so badly, okay, walked away, said harsh things, harsh words. They are now so much more triggered with the Ace of Pentacles to think about making a return. Yes, the retrograde triggers a lot of people from the past to realize their past mistakes and to realize now what they need to do about things, because they start to see you as a more wholesome person. And the more diplomatic and kind of in your own energy you are, by boosting yourself, looking after yourself spiritually, doing your meditations, your spiritual practices, the more it really is uplifting you and making things so much easier for you in your life. So look at that, Knight of Cups, right? You minding your own business is actually allowing those that have not treated you very well to want to mind your business, like they want to be a part of your business and what you're up to. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of crazy, but it's just one of those things where the, you know, the Three of Cups here shows some social energies, and I'm going to keep going. These cards don't want to really stay in a line. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. There's Uranus. We literally just spoke about the planet. A lot of you here are trying to find your path, trying to find your purpose. You're trying to move forward. You're trying to go forward, and you will. Okay, so new chapters are also opening up for many of you where you are going down the path and the avenue of more success. A lot of you want to leave behind things that have weighed you down, and that's great to do this particular month as well. Even though you can feel triggered, a little emotional here, that's okay. That's okay, because that's not your forever. And I think what's really important with the Page of Swords and the Seven of Wands is that your struggles truly are over to a degree. Okay, so say to yourself, and this is the real kind of affirmation of the reading. I always give an affirmation in all of the readings. My struggle is over. Why? Because definitely, you know, May is creating a new chapter, and you know, they say April showers bring May flowers. A lot of you planted a ton of seeds in April for things that you wanted to manifest, things that you wanted to progress with. A lot of you have struggled with external forces of people forcing you and pressurizing you to do certain things. When May, you're thinking to yourself, you know what, I'm going to put myself first, because this does matter. The more I put myself first, the better it is. The more I am, you know, just being diplomatic to others, believe it or not, that really actually triggers them to have more respect for you, which is kind of crazy but amazing, right? So other people are then starting to realize that, wow, like you really carry this amazing energy, you're a good person, you know. And I think that even in your work environment and within friendships as well, the more diplomatic you are in this month, okay, this month, what's really interesting is that people are starting to circle around you, and they're starting to realize the goodness and those qualities that you carry because of Mercury and the Mercury retrograde. Okay, I'm going to stop saying Mercury and the retrograde now, but you know, it's a big energy, this particular retrograde, and it's a very powerful one too. So basically, the Seven of Wands here shows, you know, that yes, you are struggling, but you're also trying to get through it, and you will get through it. And I definitely see some good energies here with the Page of Swords of you discovering new TV shows or new hobbies, something of your own interest that you really, really enjoy. And it's really going to be like the main theme of May. For example, you may find a type of food that you really like, and then you find that you ate it so much during May because you just loved it tremendously. So May is definitely bringing you like a love for something, or you may find a TV show that you really like and then you binge watch the entire thing, and May is just, you know, it was just that show. Like, for example, you know, if you were to look back at May 2022, you would think to yourself, oh yeah, that was the month where I just binge watched a TV show. I don't know why, but when I just thought of a TV show, the first thing that came into my mind was Bridgerton. I don't know why. I haven't even watched it, but every time I go into Netflix, it's just, that's all I see on there. Maybe that's a sign that I need to be watching it, but I don't know. You know, like this could be anything, honestly, but there's definitely like something that you are, yeah, that is the topic of May, you know. So that's what I'm seeing there. Okay, we're going to get into specific love messages and things like that, but it's really interesting how we picked up on someone that's clearly done you wrong, who is going to be thinking about coming towards you. And the Ace of Pentacles shows in a very strong way too. This is not like a, oh, I want to come today to you. This is like a, you know, I really want to return energy. And it seems to happen the more you put yourself first, and the more you're okay with just, you know, being as you are, where you are, being diplomatic, taking care of yourself, you know, of course, like being strong within yourself. I'm not saying you have to bend over backwards to people that have treated you badly. I'm just saying you have to create those strong boundaries, keep your distance, give them as much as they give you, but not overdoing things. That's what I mean by being in that way. Obviously, if people treat you badly, then yes, you know, you must create those boundaries and protect yourself, but you don't always have to say things to them. And I think that's the really quite significant thing here, is that if you feel that you always need to say something to someone in order to close the book, you know, sometimes closure also comes from yourself, and I think that's really important. I'm just saying that. I'm not saying that, you know, you are going to do that, but I'm just saying that from a general perspective as well. So we've got the Three of Wands, and what I think is really interesting is that I definitely see here a lot of you have been waiting for growth. Okay, now this is going to sound a little strange, but it's going to resonate with many of you. Who here has been wanting nail growth, hair growth, growth maybe even in terms of height? We are also talking about growth in terms of, about spiritual growth. You know, you've been waiting to see like results in terms of growth, and I see it, okay? I see it. I see it slowly and steadily. You will notice it. If you've been, you know, focusing on weight loss or weight gain, you know, depending on which one. Because, you know, the thing is, I'm reading for so many people, so it really does vary. But if you've been trying to look at results, you're going to start to see a glimmer of a result here. I don't think you'll be at your goal, okay? You won't be at that like final target goal, but you will definitely see a result, which I think is a big sign, because it's going to give you motivation to continue on. Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm really interested to like pick up on this part here, you know, of the person here that has not treated you very well. Look at this, Queen of Wands, okay? This is it. When I think of the Queen of Wands, I always think of hair, like amazing hair, amazing skin. And by the way, you know, if you're struggling with those aspects, it's okay. It's okay if it's not perfect, like, you know, but when I see the Queen of Wands, this is about her being happy within herself. And so I see you being happy within yourself, whether you're male or female. I read energies in tarot, not specifically genders. I see also seeing a result in terms of your spiritual growth. So there will definitely be an awakening energy here, where some of you may see something in a dream or in a meditation, or just in general in life. You may see something and you think to yourself, wait a second, that's a huge sign. That is a huge sign from my spirit guides, and we'll definitely do a spread on, you know, spirit guides as well and see what's coming through there. But for sure, what I'm picking up on here is that you will feel that you have you've gained a step in terms of your spiritual, what do you call it, your spiritual journey. Then we've also got the Ten of Cups, okay? So this is not a terrible month. I know that I may have been talking a lot about like, oh, this is wrong and this is, you know, maybe going wrong and things like that. But actually, do you know what? That is life in general. Like, not everything is perfect all the time. There will be little hiccups here and there. And ultimately, that's okay. That's okay. These are not major things, okay? If you have little delays here and there, if you're trying to travel, that's not a major thing. If you have, you know, some interferences with like Wi-Fi and things like that, that's not a major thing. These are things that will be okay at the end of the day. These are not things that are going to go wrong and be damaged, and then you can't use them or work around them. These are not those kinds of things. So, you know, actually, it is a reading where there is transformation. There's literally transformation happening in your body, right? And I also see here transformation spiritually as well. Also transformation in your relationships, because people who are extremely triggered and extremely emotional, what's really fascinating is because they'll be so wrapped up in their own like issues and traumas and, you know, things that are happening for them and how they're trying to navigate their own month. Because you are so much more spiritually and also astrologically quite aware of things, you're going to use this month to your favor. You know, if a boss is really mean and rude to you one day, or not very, you know, they're just wrapped up in their own problems and they're feeling the effects of, you know, all the spiritual and astrological things going on, you know in your mind that, oh, they're probably just having a bad day. You're then not taking it personally, and your aura and your energy is so powerful that your boss can be like, oh, you're actually doing very well with this. I'm sorry I was treating you like this. You know, especially with friends, you know, if people are having problems amongst themselves, you may find that they're much more attentive to you, you know, and much kinder to you. So actually it completely flips on your favor. The point of this is that the tables are literally going to turn. You know, the tables have turned. They literally have, because you're going to use this in your favor. Say, for example, you have a job interview, okay, of which some of you will, because I see here new starts and you looking for new opportunities and things as well, like I've mentioned. If you are applying for a new job and you find that, you know, people are very agitated, or the person interviewing you is very agitated, the calmer you are and the more you're kind of just, you know, looking out for yourself, answering questions, also asking questions, they're going to be fascinated, because everybody around, you know, and you may even find this with strangers, they can be very agitated. Do not take it personally this month, please. Please, 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 do not take it personally. It's, you know, they're just wrapped up in their own thing. That's it, you know. And I also say this to myself as well this month, as well, as when people are, you know, frustrated, agitated, things like that. You know, it's a period of time where people can be like this. It will shift, okay? It will shift. But actually, you can use this in your favor. And that's a little secret. It's a little secret. And if you're here on my channel watching this, then you've cracked the code. You've literally cracked the code. There you go, okay? It's a secret. We've well, comment it down below as an affirmation as well. You know, I cracked the code. I know the secret. Let me know in the comment section below. Actually, I love it when you guys comment down the affirmations, you know, and you like the video. So if this has, you know, if this already resonates with you and you feel that you're already going through this in May, or you, you know, you resonate with the reading, you like it, you claim it, please do like the video. It really helps out my channel and the video as well. Okay, so let's start. Should we start first and foremost with money? Okay, let's go with money, then we'll go to love, then we'll go to the spiritual aspect, because we also picked up on that as well. And that is what I was going to read on in the reading anyway. So let's go to money first. Okay, money. Okay, let's use this particular deck. Oh, okay. They're just still coming out. Right. Money, money, money. Must be funny. Don't know the rest of the lyrics. In a rich man's world? Is that it? I'm not sure. Okay. Right, there we go. Okay, so let's start actually at the bottom, because I can see some of these cards. We've got the Eight of Wands here, which shows that there's good movement in regards to your finances. I definitely see a lot of progress here. I don't see things slowing down. Okay, so if you see money as like a tap, I see the tap flowing. Okay, I don't see it magically shutting off or anything like that. So that's very, very good. We see here the High Priestess as well. This is great actually, because there's some kind of promotion or raise that you may be getting, because honestly, people are seeing your hard work here in this particular month, and this can really tempt them to feel like, wow, you are so mature, you always get things done on time, you're always trying your absolute best, you give great ideas, your attitude is amazing, let's progress things. So there's definitely that can happen. If you're studying, for example, this can also mean that there's an opportunity gained in regards to your studying. And I'm fully aware that May is also a month where things wrap up in certain countries as well, in terms of studying and, you know, finals and things like that. So some of you may be taking exams and things like that, to which I wish you good luck. I wish you lots and lots of luck. And the best thing that I will say is, because you have got Mercury retrograde this month, is just double check things. Double check, double read, proofread, which by the way just means, you know, to go over things and just to, you know, check things, especially if you put information, details, just to check, you know, the spelling mistakes, errors, or miscalculations and things like that. Just double check, you know, that's literally it. That's also the King of Swords energy as well. Okay, and that's also Mercury, right? Mercury is all about information, ideas, knowledge. So, you know, it's important that when there's a retrograde, you just double check things. Okay, or just in life in general. I feel like when people take exams, they usually double check things anyways, but yeah, it's just one of those things. We've got here the Sun as well. This means that there's some really good news, very positive. If you are taking exams and things like that, it's very positive news. If you're doing interviews, there's going to be some positive news here. Many of you may be, you know, getting a new job, for example. So that's really amazing. You may be getting acceptance letters into, you know, new places, especially if you are, for example, studying, you know, you may find out exactly which college, university, you know, place that you're going to. So that's really, really beautiful too. I know this was a money reading and suddenly it turned into a bit of a studying one, but actually, do you know what, if you are studying, then you came to the right, you know, you're in the right place here as well. Okay, so in regards to money, the Sun here shows good news, happy news. It's all tied here. Some of you may be getting scholarships, again, bonuses, promotions, respect. So, you know, there's a real happy energy here. You're working very hard from what I see here, studying hard, perhaps even revising very, very hard. It's all going to pay off, because the Queen of Swords here definitely shows you getting what you want at the end of the day. And that I think is a very, very good aspect here. And yeah, so money-wise, finance-wise, things are looking pretty good. And I see you being able to do the things that you want to as well. Okay, so Six of Wands, beautiful, victory, celebration, success. So you're definitely going to hear some really great news, and you're going to know exactly where you're going in terms of your path. You know, I don't see you being completely stuck to the point where you don't know what to do, where you're going, you know, feeling totally stuck. I think that you're finding your movement. There's momentum here, and that is stunning. Okay, absolutely stunning. You're freeing yourself, okay, of this pain. This 8 here, okay, is transforming into these 8s where there is movement, momentum, continuous growth, step by step. We've got the Ace of Wands here as well. So yeah, there's a really beautiful energy here of your money progressing. Some of you may also be putting things into investments and things like that, and I definitely see here that there is a lot of growth and a lot of scope. There you go, Two of Wands. Some of you are also, you know, you may have your own business. You may, for example, be expanding on your business here as well. So the Two of Wands definitely shows a worldwide scope, and I definitely see here that it's really positive in that sense, because your money is also not, like for example, you might be doing things, you know, worldwide, like investing in different things, or have a platform where people are able to see what you do, you know, worldwide. And that's the thing, is that I literally just thought of Etsy for a second. I mean, I am on Etsy as well, but I just thought of Etsy. And then, of course, you know, there's social media, and there's so many things that relate to the world in general. So, you know, that's another thing that I'm seeing here, is that you might be thinking of certain things that you want to do, or certain ideas that you have in regards to the world as a whole. And then we've also got here the King of Swords. Oh, look, counterparts, right? So, King of Swords, Strength card, which, by the way, we did have the King of Swords and the Strength card here. No, here. No, wait a second. Here. Okay, that's the Strength card right there. So the layers are kind of, you know, coming together here as well in so many ways, that your finances are only going to get stronger. You're going to be much more respected with this Empress energy, which, by the way, is ruled by Taurus. The more diplomatic you are, the more you're taking care of yourself, putting yourself first. It just helps you tremendously in terms of your finances, because, okay, so say, for example, you're in a workplace, in a workspace, and it's between you and another person for a promotion, there we go. And, you know, say, for example, a boss is kind of looking over who to promote. Say, for example, the other person is just so overwhelmed and so stressed out, and just, you know, Mercury's really hitting them, let's just say. But you're diplomatic, you're cool, you're calm, you're collected. Guess who's going to get that promotion? You are. You can make this month work for you in ways that are quite spectacular, okay? And that's a trick, okay? I know it sounds like we're kind of like cheating our way through things. It's really not, you know? It's not at all. You just have found a way to work around things. And it's also spiritual awareness, to be honest, you know? That it's just the way it is. It's a secret, but we're cracking the code here, okay? So yeah. It really works for you. This month works brilliant for you. You seem to be getting along really well with others, and people like your attitude and your demeanor. You know, I don't see you forcing yourself to be feeling good about things. I think that naturally you'll just know that, okay, you know, everyone else is struggling with things, and I'm trying my best as well, but I'm going to try and just uplift my mood and do what I can. And actually then you seeing the result of what that actually brings to you is going to uplift your mood anyway. So it's like you're not forcing yourself to do this. You're just trying and going along with it as well at the same time. Okay, so money-wise, finance-wise, and also career-wise, I feel like we actually covered three aspects here. Career-wise, things are getting stronger for you, things are getting better for you, there's a lot more respect, money and stability is looking good. We also covered your studying. If you're studying, for example, we covered that as well. So we really covered a lot of aspects, which now can take us very, very strongly into, okay, love. So we'll go into love, and then we'll go into the spiritual side of things. Okay, now I have a lot of cards here for love, so let me, you know, get myself together for this. Love, 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 love. Okay, I just, yep, see what comes through for love. King of Swords is very powerful. This is the Gemini and Mercury energy, okay, because air energy, which is Gemini. On top of that, remember what I said, Mercury rules over Gemini. We have a lot of repeating cards. Wow. Amazing. Okay, there are certain repeating cards that keep coming out. Look, we have got the King of Swords come out 3 times. Okay, in all 3 of the spreads, which is amazing. We have got the Ace of Pentacles come out again. Okay, we had the Strength card come out again. We have got the Page of Swords again. We have got the Emperor again. We've got the Hanged Man again. Okay, so you see how everything's relating to one another. You know what the major cards for May are for you. So if you do your own tarot readings, if you are watching other people's tarot readings as well, and you keep seeing these cards, okay, that I have just mentioned pop up over and over again, even the Two of Wands, okay, this goes to show that these are your big cards for the month. It's showing you that there is scope and opportunity out there. If you're looking for someone romantically in May, then yes, your person is absolutely out there, and that's a huge confirmation for you. May is definitely a month of self-perseverance, self-growth, and you know, in terms of love, I see a lot of self-love, which is actually making you very desirable to someone here around you. And some of you may feel like, oh, but Moonlight, there's nobody around me. Remember that person we mentioned who did not treat you very well at the bottom of the spread? This person has tremendous guilt in regards to how they've treated you, and I really feel that it's only a matter of time before they do show themselves and come forward, because you've got the Ace of Pentacles again as well. And this really goes to show you that, yes, your love life behind the scenes is spiritually progressing and it is active. It may not feel like it's active, it may not feel like it's going somewhere, it may not feel like it's really hitting the mark in terms of where it should be, but it really is going to get to a place of more stability and further stability. You may feel that it's not, you may feel that it's not really at that particular place, but trust me, it is, and trust me, it will get there. Okay, so Seven of Pentacles here. A lot of you throughout this month will be wondering, pondering, contemplating, like who's coming, what's coming, is anything coming? Moonlight, hello, can you please tell me? To which I will say, yes, your love life is progressing behind the scenes. People are dealing with a lot of their issues also in May, and what's really interesting is that they're going to be triggered to come towards you based on how other people are treating you. So remember that the main message here is that people are very all over the place in May, and because of that, they are also going to be treated not very well by somebody, and this person who's not treated you very well is going to then realize all of those beautiful characteristics and qualities that you have. Some of you will speak to them, okay, and through your conversations, because you'll be very cool, calm and collected with this Nine of Pentacles, it is going to trigger them so much to want to come towards you. But for some of you, you may not talk to them this month, okay, and the reason I say that is because there's a retrograde and they may be holding back a lot more, you know, with all of the things that are going on within their plate. They may not come forward, but for some of you who have contact with this person, they are going to be so triggered, and they are absolutely going to think of all of those incredible qualities you have. And with the Emperor, they are going to realize their mistakes and realize that they should have been so much more open towards you, and that they should have done so much more towards you. So the Hangman definitely shows here epiphanies and awakenings going on the side of those that have treated you pretty terrible, and they're going to realize that actually, do you know what, you had all of those qualities I was looking for. So yes, there is someone from your past here who is absolutely going to be so triggered to think about you. And as we go through May, I will make some readings on this as well, because it's definitely something that came through in a reading not so recently as well on my channel. So it's definitely a big thing, and definitely, you know, subscribe to the channel as well for more videos like that, which sort of continue on the theme of this. But what I think is quite fascinating here is that there is a new person, okay? There's a new person who is going to come through for you, and this person, it's only a matter of time, okay? For some of you, they could show themselves to you, and you may know who this person is in May itself, but it may take a couple of months for them to actually come through properly to the point where they're like asking you out on a date or wanting to have proper conversations with you. It'll take a little bit of time, but by then, you know, the Mercury retrograde will be over, and they'll be feeling lighter and brighter and less burdened with a lot of like emotional challenges and problems that they've got going on, because a lot of people have a lot going on during this time, and you know, they'll be feeling better in their health and wealth as well. So that will really help things, you know, between the two of you for things to get much better and much more progressive. Yay! So yeah, in terms of love, definitely there's two people, okay? There's someone from your past, and there's someone that I see new who is going to come through, okay? And even the person from the past can come through as well. So there's like a reconciliation energy here that I'm really picking up on. However, they are thinking about things in their mind, okay? So a lot of them are actually more so thinking about it than acting properly on it. Some of you, yes, they will come through and they can have conversations with you and be very triggered to actually want a reconciliation, but because of the nature of the planet and everything that's happening with so many people, they will be thinking about reconciliation more than they will be doing it. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they do come through in some way, okay? They come through in some way. And that's what I want to say, is that they're thinking so heavily. Of the entire year so far, this is the heaviest period of time where a person from the past is thinking about reconciliation, all right? So that's something I also wanted to mention very clearly. They're going to think about things, okay? They're going to think about things. June is a big month, by the way. Just wanted to mention, I know I'm reading on May, but June is a huge month for reconciliations. Why? Because technically there's an energy here of like you know, the retrograde being over, but also there's much more balance and ground, and also there's much more bloom and growth that happens in June. It's known to be a very spiritually intense period of time, which is great for personal growth, and that's why I feel like June is a big month. So, you know, definitely stay tuned to the channel. But yes, May is pushing you into that, which I think is amazing, because, you know, there's a lot of new starts that are happening here and fresh energies, and then June just kind of propels you into that. So let's have a look and see what else is coming through. I'm quite fascinated to see what other love messages we have. Okay, I've got the Lovers Oracle cards. Okay, I'll drop those as well. Okay, 1 second. Let me just figure out which cards I haven't used yet. And because, I just don't want to, like, miss anything. Don't want to miss anything. Put that there. Let me just put this here. This is for the spiritual side. This is for the spiritual side. This is for the romantic side. Cool. Okay, I feel more organized now, which is nice. And then that there. Cool. All right. Yep, I know what I'm doing now. Good. All right. So we have got here. Does anyone else feel like that? Like when you feel very organized, everything just flows really nicely, and I feel good now as well. Not that I didn't before. It was just that now I know exactly which cards I'm using for the rest of the reading and exactly what's happening. Okay, so we've got here separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So some of you have felt that, some of you are literally in separation. In May, you felt that. Now, if you are with someone, okay, I'm not saying that you're going to separate from that person. Okay, it's just that they can spend a little bit of time, being in their own energy, needing some space, needing some time. I don't see like, for example, if you're in a healthy relationship, I don't see like separation to the point where they're like, I don't want to be with you anymore. It's more so an energy here of them needing time away and just a bit of space away. Okay, which is actually quite healthy. There's nothing wrong with that. But for those of you that are in a separation, you'll know that this also resonates with you in that sense. We see here you deserve love, you are lovable. That's definitely a big affirmation for you, is that you are lovable. It's not your fault, okay, if people have treated you badly. A lot of it has been their own personal projections onto you. That's very important to know. We've got here finances and career, and we literally spoke about that as well. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Well, we know that those issues are going to become much more balanced. And once they become much more balanced, your love life is also going to improve tremendously, okay? And we see that happening in May. I see, beautiful opportunities in regards to your work, you feeling much happier, much more stable, gaining opportunities in regards to work, which is also going to uplift your love life as well. So that's a really beautiful confirmation that we've got there. We've got playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And this is what I mentioned right from the beginning, is the more you can take care of yourself and put yourself first and just have a good time through May where possible, you will attract that energy, and then that energy will naturally attract more of that energy. So it's not like you're pretending. It's not like I'm telling you to pretend to just have a good time in May and everything's going to be fine. You will actually feel that as well. And that's very important. Yes, you can feel a little triggered and irked here and there, but for the most part, you being in this sort of energy field is going to attract much more of that. So there is a sense of playfulness. There is a sense of like flirtatious energy that can also come through as well. But playfulness is also about you enjoying the things that you love, food, TV shows, or movies, music, podcasts, whatever you're into, right? You enjoying that. Tarot readings, if you're into that. Meditating, spiritual practices, enjoying that aspect of things, and much more of that will come to you in the way that you want it to. So it can also allow then to love to progress. The more you take care of yourself, the more that strength of love is going to come to you from another person. We've got here romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Okay, so that's a really big one, because there is someone here that has romantic feelings towards you and they're exploring it, okay? In May, they are exploring that aspect, seeing how they feel in regards to it. That's a pretty strong one. And then we've got here, let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. So there's nothing wrong with accepting support from your friends, being around your friends, loving your friends right now. Some of you may not have friends, I'm fully aware, in which case, of course, you can ask spirit guides and angels. And I don't mean that in like a in a patronizing way, like, oh, if you don't have friends, it's okay, like, just ask your spirit guides. I mean that in a very sincere way. I just wanted to say that because, it's okay if you don't have friends. Not everyone is lucky enough to find, a group of people that just, understand them, respect them. That's okay. That's okay if you don't, you will find the group of people that are good for you, that are right for you. You don't have to settle for less when it comes to that either. But definitely, if you have friends or people around you that care about you, it's about also accepting that support and being around them at this time is okay as well, because they may need some of your support and you may need some of their support. But yeah, let your friends help you, especially if they want to, set you up with someone, or if they want to, be there for you, if they're telling you, like, it's okay if you haven't got everything together, it's okay, take their support as well. I think that's really important, because you know, they care about you. So that's what we have there. But there are some romantic feelings that someone here is feeling towards you, and it's definitely opening up a little bit more. I definitely feel that for many of you, it's the next month which is going to show so much more progress in regards to your love life. But May here shows that things behind the scenes are definitely working. Someone here is feeling very connected to you, very attracted to you, feeling very, very positive towards you, and it's only a matter of time before they show themselves and come forward towards you with some solid communication and a real way of like wanting to come forward, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's keep going in regards to your reading. Okay, yep. Did we not just speak about this? Did we not speak about this? We definitely did, right? Yep. Okay. So now the past person is definitely making an entrance in this reading. Okay, 100%. So we did speak about, you know, the fact that there's a new person that admires you, you know, they're thinking about things, they're contemplating things, they will come forward at some point. We see that here. However, I also did very much so mention that there is a past person who has treated you so badly and not been nice towards you. And it's really during May that they're starting to be pushed towards having a lot more regret and realizing all of your beautiful qualities during this time and realizing just what you meant to them. Okay, now they're being triggered with, you know, conversations that they have, misunderstandings, miscommunications with others, and they are realizing that they absolutely took you for granted. Okay, it says, I took you for granted, I hate myself for that. There is a really powerful energy here of them feeling bad for taking you for granted. I also see this in your work environment. Okay, if people have been rude and abrupt to you, because your energy is in a much more risen place in May, they are starting to feel bad for how they've also treated you as well. Friends as well, okay, who may have been so wrapped up in their own energy and doing their own thing, they can also feel bad for not giving you the kind of energy that you've needed. And so there are a lot of people, okay, that are going to be much more aligned to wanting to be around you, wanting your energy present with theirs. And I think that's quite fascinating, including family members as well. People can genuinely feel so bad for how they've treated you. And we see that also with this past person as well. Okay, they can feel bad for how they've done things because we follow through the theme here. I should have listened to you. They're starting to validate you. So make sure you also validate yourself. This is very, very important. We've got here, you do know best. Okay, I should have listened to you. This clearly goes to show that it wasn't your fault that things happened the way that they happened. This is very, very important. And I decided to use the Mercury Realms Edition 2 cards because Mercury, we're literally speaking about Mercury. And the reason, by the way, your reading today is being done by someone who is pretty much ruled by Mercury. I kid you not, when I looked at my birth chart, you know, ages ago, I was like, oh my goodness. I don't know if there's another person on this planet that has this much Mercury in their chart. I mean, majority of my signs in my birth chart are ruled by Mercury. I mean, you know, I'm a Virgo. My rising sign is Gemini. And then pretty much everything else in my birth chart is ruled by is ruled by Mercury. It's kind of crazy, actually. But, you know, I just feel here in so many ways that this person is understanding, realizing, you know, they're now starting to gather that information, which is that Mercury energy. They're starting to realize that there is a very powerful energy here of them feeling connected to you. You know, they're starting to inform themselves. They're starting to make their own decisions. They're starting to realize, understand, awaken to all of this. It's all Mercury. You know, they're starting to definitely get things together. They're starting to have nostalgia towards you in regards to things that they should have done in the past, realizing that you're right, making those conclusions. It's all Mercury. Okay, so that's what I mean by it's a very, very powerful period of time where there are big realizations that they're happening. So if they are hanging around people, okay, and you see on social media, you know, if you still follow them and stuff, you know, that they are still hanging around or maybe living their best life, well, actually, the universe is pushing them to have lessons with those people. You know, they could have arguments with those people. You may see them having, I don't know, dinner with, you know, someone, and it just makes you feel like, oh, you know, why are they having dinner with that person? Person's not good for them. Oh yeah, well maybe after that dinner they had a huge argument. Maybe during that dinner they had a huge argument, but then they post on social media like everything's fine. So, you know, try not to take everything at face value this month. It's very, very important. People are hiding things, you know, they're not saying what they truly are, you know, feeling and things like that. But they're learning lessons, and that's a big, big thing, okay? So if you feel frustrated that someone you really like is going on dates with someone else, or they're enjoying time with someone else, well, actually, maybe it's working out in your favour because perhaps that date doesn't go so well, which I'm seeing, and then what actually ends up happening is that they realize your good qualities through the failure of that particular date. They realize that you have so much more kindness and generosity than the person that they're talking to, right? So try not to get too worked up about it, because actually it's all working out in your favor, and that's the main thing. Okay, it's working out in your favor. This month is working in your favor. I may not always feel like it, but it is. It says here, be patient with me, please. Okay, so they do need some time, and we have spoke about this, that May brings a lot together, and it definitely progresses a lot together, but it's really, I feel, in June that we are going to hit the mark in terms of many of you romantically knowing exactly where you stand, and then knowing exactly what decision you want to make, because there's movement, there's active movement happening in May, but these people need to definitely realize and get themselves together, which is basically what's happening for them, is that they're starting to draw their own conclusions in regards to how they're being treated and things like that, and also a lot of things going on. And so are you're trying to figure yourself out throughout the course of May, and trying to just do what you can. And I think that what's really interesting in terms of love is that people are being triggered to realize your good qualities, and then they will eventually come forward. That's basically what I'm seeing. And in May, they're realizing and having these big lessons. So that's what we have there, as my stomach is literally rumbling. Anyways, okay, so let's go with the last card deck that I have here for love. We'll see what's coming through. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get this blue card out. One second. Okay, there we go. Cool. An ex involved. Yes, we saw here someone in the past that's not treated you very well, and I basically spoke about this, so I'm not going to go over the message too much, but I just definitely do want to say that, wow, the oracle cards are on point here today, that this person is definitely going to have some major regrets and epiphanies in regards to what they should have done towards you and didn't. Okay, and yeah, you know what, you may be this person here who's thinking to yourself, they're probably living their best life, taking care of themselves. Yeah, well, something's going to happen there, okay? Something is going to happen there between them, and you know what, honestly, it's best for you to just really find that balance within yourself and take care of yourself, because it's gonna help you. Also, we got here finding balance. Okay, so many of you this month, you're trying to find that balancing point, and it's going to help you a lot. Remember what I mentioned, the balancing point between dealing with people that are frustrated and overwhelmed and stressed out, versus you trying not to get stressed out and wrapped up in all of that energy with them as well. So that's going to help you tremendously. If you can not get wrapped up in all that energy, you are winning. You are truly winning. Overall though, you are winning. That's the thing. We got growth and transformation. Okay, so you are growing, you are getting stronger, you are transforming, things are blossoming and blooming for you also in your life. Remember what I mentioned, discovery period, right? You're going to discover a TV show, something that you really enjoy, food. There's many things actually that I think you'll discover that you really enjoy in May, and that actually gives you, a sense of fulfillment as well in this particular month. It's really exciting, it's really beautiful. Honestly, I would say to yourself, that there's also a discovery here of a new person that I see as well. So it's actually looking up for you. It's not looking bad for you in that sense. It's a beautiful month in many ways, where you are growing, transforming, you're finding balance, you're finding happiness, you're finding joy. You are understanding that what happened in the past in regards to you and a past person is not completely your fault. As we literally see that here from what they would tell you, right? So what they would tell you is okay, you know what, you do know best, I'm going to validate you, it wasn't your fault, I took you for granted, I hate myself for that, but yeah, they kind of need to learn their lessons as well, so that's very important. Okay, now let's go to the spiritual part of this reading. Okay, we've got the Six of Cups. All right. Now, finding the balance between work and spirituality. Some of you may find that you're working so hard that you get tired. You come home and you just don't really want to do so much spiritually. You might watch a couple of tarot readings here and there. But essentially, I do see here that any kind of spiritual work that you do, even if it's with another practitioner like Reiki, or for example, if you're doing things to manifest certain things, or any rituals, things like that, it's actually a really good time to definitely meditate. Okay, so what I'm seeing here with the Eight of Pentacles is that working on the spiritual side of things for yourself will only continue to uplift you during this period of time, with the retrograde as well. You can definitely counteract energies of the retrograde by doing meditation as well. I do want to mention that actually, because yeah, it can actually counteract a lot of the effects, because as you build up a very strong spiritual aura around you, which you can do with meditation, but obviously consistent meditation over months will build up, that really powerful, strong aura, then you can start to feel better within yourselves, and also not take things personally that people say to you, or any insults that people throw to you, like it would just repel off, like it will bounce back off of you, and not like penetrate your soul to such a deep level, which I think is interesting too. Of course, you're a human being and certain things can hurt, but I just see here that you won't take things as personally. Now, the thing with the Mercury retrograde is there's a very, very powerful mantra that I'm going to give you. And this mantra is one that can help you during any time that there is a Mercury retrograde. And that is Om Aim Bham Buddhaya Namaha. Okay? Om Aim Bham Buddhaya Namaha. And it is powerful. Okay? It is very strong. And it is really great at warding away the annoying parts of the Mercury retrograde. Okay, so you're learning a lot of secrets, I feel, in this reading. And yes, comment down below the affirmation, I know the secret, I cracked the code. Okay, let me know, okay, from your, obviously your perspective. So we've got here the Two of Cups. All right, so spiritually, the stronger you are, the more the universe is aligning itself to you. Definitely consider spiritual practice. If you find it very hard to meditate, YouTube is literally like the greatest catalogue of all catalogues, where you can just type in guided meditation and there will be amazing channels, so many of them, where they will guide you through a meditation. You don't have to sit there and think to yourself, okay, what do I do now? Like, what should I be thinking of? What should I visualize? They will tell you, they will literally tell you, close your eyes, relax. They'll tell you, how to have your posture. There'll be some good music in the background. They will make it easier for you. And so it's very important here, use the tools that you have. And it's free, like meditation is literally free. So unless you buy like, the apps and things like that, which you don't have to. But if you wanted to, you could. There's Headspace, which is very, very popular. But I think that what's really quite, and I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not sponsored to say that or anything. But I just know that, it's more of like an app, and it kind of like tracks everything. And anyways, so the point of this, okay, is that the more you are aligned to yourself and the more you fill up your own cup, the more you reflect that back in terms of the life partner. Okay, so if you want an amazing, strong life partner who gives to you everything and is just so kind and caring towards you, you also got to give that to yourself. So if you want love, you got to give yourself love. If you want consistency, you got to give yourself consistency. If you want someone who is kind, generous, giving, loving, tremendous, then you got to give yourself that too. You can't always just want it all without working for it to a degree, so I think that's really beautiful, is that give yourself that and see how it gets reflected back to you. Seven of Pentacles here as well, okay, which I think is really powerful here, is that a lot of you think about like, oh, I do want to do this, I do want to do this, I do want to do this, and it's just you've never found the time to like properly do it. Starting somewhere is it, that's it. Start somewhere. Maybe after this reading, go to YouTube, type in guided meditation, do a guided meditation, see how you feel, right? So I think that's quite a good thing here. We've also got Justice. We have the Justice card come out so much actually in this reading. We've got the Ace of Swords here, we've got the Page of Wands, we've got Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. So I would definitely say here is that some of you, think about like all the things you want to do, and then you find it really hard actually in meditation to keep focused, and this is definitely what I would recommend. Justice definitely shows here with the scales as well that you will find a lot of balance in terms of your spiritual practice and then your day-to-day routine and life. When you practice something like meditation, not only do you uplift yourself, you also have much more emotional balance, which I think is very important, because this helps with your intuition, and also it helps with everything I mentioned right at the beginning, right? So I know I mentioned a lot about being diplomatic, but basically what I'm saying when I'm saying being diplomatic, it's just about being balanced. Okay, so when you are balanced, people can pick up on that energy, they can pick up on your aura, and they can be much more likely to give you opportunities. Also, when you are much more balanced within yourself, which can be helped through meditation and spiritual practice, you can sleep better. You may find that you are your body is healthier, you're feeling better, you're able to really either lose or gain weight depending on what you want as your preference. You may also find that your hair, skin, nails is much better. And did we not mention that before as well? So many of you are embarking on consistent spiritual practice, which is 10 out of 10 recommended in order for you to really get yourself to the place that you want to be in this regard, which is obviously fantastic and incredible in so many aspects. And I think that this is going to help you so much, so much. And I think that's amazing, so definitely feel here that, even if you have to go visit another practitioner or get some help in regards to this, totally worth it, because it will uplift you in all aspects of your life, financially, socially, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. You will feel a huge night and day difference when you do spiritual practice, and then when you also are just doing you, you'll find that you'll start to really feel stronger and better within yourself. And yeah, especially if you struggle with sleep or you struggle with respect from others and you feel lost in your path, spiritual practice will actually guide you in that particular direction. And I also see that here that spirit guides are also around you. They're constantly removing obstacles and challenges from your life. They're constantly working behind the scenes, and they're there for you. You can pray to them. You can give them offerings as well. So an offering, this is done a lot, in the culture that I come from as well, is that for an offering, we would usually do something, like fruits or vegetables or, nuts, right? So things like walnuts and things like that, and then put it into a platter. And then, you would do a prayer to your ancestors, or you can do a prayer to the gods. And once you've done that, and once you've done, the prayers, the mantras, you could sing bhajans, for example. Once you've done that and you've really done it from your heart, then after that, you basically, you can eat the offering. You can eat it, or you can, give it to others. But it's a really beautiful way of, doing prayers. It's a beautiful way of affirming to them that you want their help, you want their support, and that you will seek their guidance. And I think that's beautiful. So, you can always do offerings, to your ancestors, to gods, the universe, you name it. So I think what's beautiful is that they're helping you behind the scenes, and you can definitely ask for their support and advice, and show that, you appreciate it as well. And they can show you things through signs, synchronicities, dreams. I think it's really beautiful. I think it's genuinely so beautiful and so incredible. And I think it's absolutely lovely. And it's just such a wonderful thing that we are seeing here, which is truly remarkable and amazing. So that's what we have there. Okay, let's see what else we have. Page of Wands, it's also about discovery. It's about discovering things that you like. If you find, it's a little bit like exercise, if there's one type of exercise you don't like, there's always going to be different versions of it. And that's the thing also with spiritual practice, is there's so many ways of going about it. If you find it so hard to meditate to the point where you can't, then yes, there are things like Reiki, and there are other, ways of practicing your spiritual practices. There's mantras that you could do each day. You can even write down mantras, or you can do prayers, so there's so many ways of doing things that you don't have to be so strict in terms of if you really can't deal with one particular way, I'm sure you can find another way. All right, so that's another aspect here. It's also about discovery period, finding a way that works for you. Okay, and that's really important here as well. So we have Joan of Arc, voice of truth, stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. Now, of course, I did mention here as well that you you want to speak your truth, but also keep in mind how other people are feeling. And if you feel that there's going to be a misunderstanding or miscommunication, it is sometimes better to keep that within yourself, and to also just have that truth within yourself by not invalidating yourself. So this is really about standing strong this particular month, knowing that people have got their own issues going on, they've got their own troubles, but I'm going to stand strong within myself. I'm going to do me, and I'm going to focus on my path and my voice. You'll have your time to speak. Oh, I really should have mentioned this. And actually, I mentioned this in a previous reading, and I know so many of you had commented on it as well. So it's not like I I was hiding this and then now I suddenly think about it. It's more so that it kind of just went off my mind. But when I was talking about ancestors, crows are really, really powerful. Okay, they say that when you see crows, they represent your ancestors. And this is really powerful because this exact card had come out in a very recent reading. And I know that so many of you had commented on it, but it's Freya, phases and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and being released. So if you see crows here, you know, they represent your ancestors, and just having that sort of warm sort of feeling of like, you know, affirming that, you know, you are allowing your ancestors to guide you can be really beautiful. But we get crows in the garden all the time, and we do feed them, and they are so sweet and so cute and healthy. It's so nice. But yes, if you see crows, okay, it represents that your ancestors are around and protecting you. And also, you know, with the Fool, we saw new cycles, new phases, we saw new opportunities coming your way. And even, you know, with spiritual growth and development, like your ancestors are constantly around you. They're trying to lift out obstacles and challenges that perhaps you have had in your family, you know, for a while. They're trying to lift out those generational things. And even with, you know, the moon energies as well, doing a new moon ritual to manifest the things that you want, or a full moon ritual to release the things that you don't want, can be very, very powerful this month as well. And it's just really, really incredibly strong. So definitely will say that, yeah, you know, meditation, prayers, speaking your truth, standing up for yourself, all of these things, you know, like standing up for yourself is just further strengthened by the spiritual inner work that you do within yourself. Wow, I just love how that came out. So we've got here the divine director, intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is the carrying. Know that you're being guided. Happiness is your purpose. Yep, it's literally happening. Okay, things are literally working in your favor. I feel like if you came across this reading and you've learned something, you know, then obviously it's working in your favor, and you know, the universe is really allowing you to grow. Because you are someone that has a growth mindset. You're not someone who is sitting there in a victim mindset thinking, oh, the universe needs to give to me and it all has to go my way. And if it doesn't go my way, then the universe is conspiring against me. Because guess what? That just attracts more negative energy, and that really doesn't get anything anywhere, in all honesty. But this just goes to show that things are working in your favor and things are coming together in that way as well. Okay, so look, everything is working in your favor and it's all going in the direction that it is meant to. So let's have a look and see what your crystal card is for this. For this month, we've got here Dalmatian Jasper, composure, grounding, nurture, which is everything that we've literally just talked about. It says, I create the life I desire. And that's the thing, is that you're using everything towards you. You're not using things against you. And that's the beautiful thing about this reading, is that there was so much guidance and advice, because you can literally shape and mold May around you. And that's beautiful. It's like clay. May is like clay. But clay can also be sticky. It can be hard to work with. If you put too much water, then it just starts to not mold. And, you know, so you can literally mold it in a very, you know, you have the guidance and the advice to mold May around you in the way that feels best for you. We also have here as well snakeskin agate. It says inner peace, strength, kundalini. We did have the strength card a lot. Kundalini rising. Okay, so again, spiritual practices of different natures can help you so much. We have inner peace as well, which is exactly what is being gained as well. You know, through spiritual practice, inner peace will come, and also through acceptance. Okay, if people have treated me wrong, it's their personal projections, their issues. It's not me all the time, you know, because you're the kind of person that isn't just deflecting everything away from you. You will actually genuinely think when you have caused an issue or a problem. You're not someone who's just going to be like, oh, it's never my problem, you know. So the thing is, you have a lot of empathy, you have a lot of understanding in that sense. So this one here says, I accept myself, I'm grateful for all the blessings I have. So there's a real sense of gratitude here, where you know what you are to a degree doing, and living, you know, for yourself and taking care of yourself. Okay, life coach oracle cards. Let's see what we have here, and this will conclude our reading today. Boundaries. So something I've mentioned a lot. I mentioned this word quite a bit in the entire reading. Okay, and it says here, you're learning the gentle art of setting boundaries and saying no, and that's it, right? Saying no in situations that don't serve you, releasing situations and keeping your distance from people that don't serve you. You know, you're really doing the absolute most in that sense. And this is what we have right here. So these are your predictions. we had guidance, we had advice, all aspects and areas of your life. May is a beautiful month for you. There will be certain things that can trigger you and frustrate you, but you're finding balance throughout May, and it's really, really powerful. So this is your reading. You know, if you claim it, you like it, you find it resonates, don't forget to like this video by clicking the thumbs up button, subscribing to my channel for, you know, more videos. I post every single day on the channel. And also, you know, there's also all the information in the description box below for private paid readings, free reading giveaway. There's the intention items, the services, the rituals. Everything is listed down below. I also have TikTok and Instagram. I post on there every single day for you, different videos and content, you know, and readings mainly. So everything's there, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye everyone. Take care, take care, take care.